The Bible, without a doubt, is the greatest book ever written, and with that being said, there's no denying that within the scriptures and ancient texts of verses, there are principles and hidden secrets that can make anybody rich. And with that being said, if you're somebody that doesn't believe that God wants you to be successful or rich, fair enough, you can click off the video. But for those of you who actually believe that God wants both you and your business to prosper, then I have 5 business principles from the Bible that will make you rich. With the first principle being your gift is your capital. Proverbs 18 verse 16 says, "A gift maketh a way for a man and brings him before great men." One of the best business lessons that I've ever been given by one of my mentors was that you need to lean into your competitive advantage or lean into your strong suit. And normally I hear so many entrepreneurs that come to me asking me why they can't scale your business, and they can't scale their business simply because they don't have access to financial capital. And funny enough, the word capital comes from the Latin word caput, meaning something in the head. So if you have no ability to utilize your God-given gifts and skills and talents in order to actually produce financial adequacy for yourself, then money will be of no use to you. As a matter of fact, social media has actually lowered the barrier to entry for almost every industry. It doesn't matter whether you're in music, whether you're an artist, whether you are actually an entrepreneur. You can literally get in front of as many people as possible and distribute your skill sets on various social media platforms in order for you to actually become successful. You don't need a bachelor's degree in economics or a PhD in psychology in order for you to actually make a name for yourself. As a matter of fact, if you have the ability to watch me right now on a cell phone, then you have all it takes to be successful with your God-given skill set. For example, you might be watching this and might be brilliant at marketing on social media. For some reason, you just know what goes viral. You can easily partner with a creator or partner with a coach that's actually distributing their skill sets on social media and market their services. All it takes is the Latin word caput and you using the original word and applying it in your business. Because without the ability to lean into your competitive advantage and your God-given skill set, it will be almost impossible for you to make anything for yourself, even in the presence of financial capital. With that being said, we move on to point 2. The second principle, the great offer will always sell itself. In Matthew chapter 4 verse 19, Jesus had given Peter and Andrew the greatest offer of their lives that they would have been absolutely dumb to say no. It was that if you come with me, I will make you a fisher of men. Jesus gave Peter and Andrew something so great, an offer so great, that if they had said no, they would have gone the rest of their lives regretting that they had never taken it. Now, the whole point of me telling you this is because in business, it's important that you create a highly compelling offer that appeals to your target market. For example, one time I found myself in a room with a bunch of entrepreneurs that were asking me how it's possible for them to get ahead of their competitors. And the one thing they told me was that they were struggling to convert clients into paying customers simply because their competitors had a better offer than they did. If your offer isn't appealing, then nobody will buy it. And it also doesn't matter how much you cry that nobody's willing to purchase your product or service. In business, there are no victims of circumstances. There are only buyers and sellers. And the moment you understand that, you'll be able to expand your business. With that being said, we move on to the third principle that the Bible gives. The more you serve, the more you earn. Matthew 23 verse 11 says, "Let he who is servant among you be leader of all." And this principle should tell you something very important, that if you want to make more money, you will need to supply your product or service to more people. The person who serves the most people is the person that earns the most. And that's the reason why we have so many billionaires like Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and Mark Zuckerberg that are so successful, incredibly successful, simply because they have been able to create businesses that serve the most people within a marketplace. I see so many beginner entrepreneurs focused on getting an IG handle or creating a website when they have no absolute way of getting clients to their business. They have no focus on client acquisition, but yet they're more focused on getting an IG handle than getting their first client directly into their business. So if you predicate the basis of your business on acquiring clients and supplying the most value to a marketplace, then you'll find yourself dominating your marketplace because you serve the most amount of people within your given industry. With that being said, we move on to our fourth biblical principle that you can apply to become rich. Always study the market. 2 Timothy 2 verse 15 says, "Study to show thyself approved unto God." One thing that one of the billionaire investors, the Oracle of Omaha they call him, Warren Buffett, said is that you always need to keep your eye on the market or it will kick you off the shelf. Your ability to study your particular market and adapt to changes within that market will determine how successful you will be and the amount of money that you will actually make. For example, Facebook just 5 years ago made it so easy for its clients to actually advertise on the platform. You could literally film an ad creative, post it on Facebook, Run a few ads behind it, run a few dollars behind it, and you will see results within days. But today it's not like that. It's way more complex. And if you remained in the past, then you will find it very difficult to make any type of money if you're using advertising. That's why studying is completely important. As an entrepreneur, you need to keep informing yourself. Keep highly educating yourself day by day. If you stop learning, the moment you stop learning, you completely stop earning. As a matter of fact, today, consumers are way more educated than they used to be, and that's why so many people have seen their sales tank. That's because the consumers have adapted to the changes that these digital marketers haven't decided to follow through with, and that's simply why they're getting left behind. So if at all you want to make any strides with your business in 2025, you will need to continuously learn and quickly adapt to these market changes so that you can stay on top. We move on to the fifth and final point, the principle number 5. Consistency is key. Hebrews chapter 13 verse 8. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. There's so many things that you can draw from the life of Jesus Christ, and one of them is the principle of consistency. He was so consistent to a point that the Bible also goes on to say that he was in the temple when he was 12 years old, as it was his custom. So Jesus Christ was always found in the temple. He was actually a practicing Jew. And how we can apply this in business is that if you are doing something, if you put your hands to do something, you will be doing a complete disservice to yourself if you are not consistent with it. Like in all great things, in order for you to see the results of your labor, it will take time. So even if you have started your business and you think you're pushing and you're still not seeing the results or the effects of what you have worked for, it's only a matter of time until it actually comes to fruition. No great empire was built in a day, just like every single great business was built over time. And in order for you to see the results of the fruits of your labor, it will definitely take time. So if you aspire to create wealth through these biblical principles, whether it's from number 1 to principle number 4, all of this will be incomplete without the element of consistency. J.K. Rowling got denied by 12 publishers even before she got accepted into write Harry Potter. As a matter of fact, it took me 2 whole years just to see my first client from social media from the time I started posting videos online. Nothing great ever comes easy, and if you are in business, just like a lot of people, for the short term, then you will get exactly the same results that everybody will get. Short-term results that never last and never see the long-term effects of greatness. So these are the 5 biblical principles that will make you rich. From leaning into your competitive advantages to creating a solid offer, all the way through to serving the most people, studying the market, and being consistent is what will actually make you rich. These 5 biblical principles cannot be overlooked if you are someone looking to create wealth in this day and age. With that being said, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments what was your favorite point. With that being said, for all my generational wealth creators, it is too crowded at the bottom. I'll see you at the top.